Hello and welcome everyone. This is Type V3 with a review of the super robot Chogokin Brave Police J. Decker, the fifth hero from Studio Sunrise's 1994 Brave series. This is a fantastic looking robot. Huge, chunky proportions, squared off edges, and solid blocks of colors. Animation accuracy is the predominant feature in this figure's design, which gives J. Decker a nice cohesive silhouette. While traces of the robot's transformation have been subdued, I like how the vehicle details that can still be spotted have been given extra attention, such as the clear red light bars on the shoulder pads. Paintwork is clean and crisp throughout the body. The glossy red sections pop, the gold highlights have a beautiful shimmer, and around back the blue wings give this figure that extra bit of flair. J. Decker's head sculpt is well put together, displaying good amounts of depth and angles to it. The transparent red light bars look great here too, as do the green metallic eyes, even if they are a tad tough to make out. Die-cast content has been sparingly applied throughout the toy, with the most noticeable sections being his feet and the gunmetal blocks on the outside of the legs. On an aesthetic level, this figure is just about perfect, and I've got no complaints on that front. Through the use of a simple ball joint, hand swaps are made easy. You get the standard selection of appendages, so fists and open palms are a given. Also included is a single pointing finger for issuing those bold, heroic statements. On the articulation front, you can expect J. Decker to have a ton of posability. Starting with the head, we have a base ball joint at the neck, and then there's a hinged ball joint at the top, so you can do all these crazy poses. Just be warned, or I should just let you know that these light bars are very fragile, so just be careful with them. Same with the crest. The wing pack has hinges that go in and out. The shoulder pads have their own separate joint, and then this gold piece can actually move out of the way so that when you take the actual shoulder joint, which has a ball jointed stem, and then the entire pull-out mechanism of the shoulder. What's also interesting is that even though the shoulder can pull up, this can pull outwards, and so it's really extreme how much shoulder posability you can get out of that. Then there's the bicep swivel and the triple jointed elbow. Let me show you this. If I turn it all the way around, you have a joint at the top, a ball joint that connects them together, and then another joint with a panel at the base here. So just really excessive jointage in the elbow. I'm not complaining about it, it's just, there's just a lot going on there, so it should be able to pull off any pose you want there. The wrists are on a simple ball joint. The torso is on a ball joint, as is the upper chest, and you can even extend it out ever so slightly to get a bit more range and motion out of it. The hip panels are all on tiny little ball joints that you can get out of the way. The hips themselves have a swivel, the pull-down hip, and they are die-cast joints. The legs are very interesting. If you take a look right here, they are double-jointed knees, so when you pull them, the panel does slide down here, and then the knee joint here also collapses to form a second section, so you can get a very good knee bend there. The foot can't actually move on its own. I mean, there's a ball joint there, but you can pull it down to get more range of motion, and you can get quite a dynamic amount there. So there's a lot of stuff going on here. Now, if you're getting a slight sense of deja vu, there's a good reason for that. His articulation, or actually his design, his core design, is identical to the other Braves robot in this line, Mike Gain. Now, while these two don't actually share any single or duplicate pieces, their design philosophy is identical, and that's why they have such similar posability. The one thing I will say is they do share the same hands, so if you have both these figures, you'll know you can kind of swap hands. Not that you need to, but that option is there for you. Some other things I want to make note of on J. Decker is just because these feet are die-cast, you can imagine that they are heavy, but they are also this bright red color, and it's beautifully painted. My only worry is that it's painted on the underside as well, and even though that has some great detail, that's a lot of surface area that can just be scratched, so just be careful about that. Finally, you do get a Tamashii stage adapter, which you can just plug in right here at the metal bar. I've always disliked this type of connector just because I don't find it too secure, but it works for the most part. You can just attach it to your standard stage 5, your Tamashii Axe stage 5, and he does the job fine, but you will notice because he is a die-cast figure, a tilt in almost any direction will result in a fall. So that's just how things are. But otherwise, a great posable toy. Accessories are fairly sparse with this release. All you get are the stun stick, the J-Buster in both rifle and handgun modes, along with their compatible gripping hands. Starting with the stun stick, well, there's actually not too much to say here. Visually, it does the job fine, and that's all I could really ask for. A telescopic gimmick or effect parts would have been nice, but not necessary. As for the J-Buster, these look fantastic. Paintwork pops and details are sharp. A part of me is a little disappointed that a hinge joint wasn't used to interchange between both modes, but then again, this does give you the option to dual wield. And hey, that's never a bad thing. All in all, Super Robot Chogokin J. Decker is an excellent figure. Visually, he's impeccable, the engineering found here is astounding, and although he's not packed with an abundance of accessories, there's nothing crucially missing. On top of that, of the 3 Braves releases in the SRC lineup, I think J. Decker turned out the best. He combines the simple playability of Might Gain along with the visual impact and presence of Gao Gaigar. Really, there isn't anything bad I can say about this figure. Now for all this faultless fun, there is something I should mention. SRC J. Decker just doesn't excite me. It's a toy I appreciate more than I actually like, and I don't think I'm alone with this opinion, because despite retailing for $50, he can be attained for about half that price due to low interest in the character. So if you're a J. Decker fan or even a casual Braves fan, there's no doubt you'll love this SRC, but for everyone else, this will just be another great toy that you'll be perfectly content with admiring from afar. Anyways, this has been Type V3. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this review. Now all I'm wondering is which Braves hero is next in line for the SRC treatment.